How's it going, guys? So, of course, you'll be seeing this reaction video a little later in the afternoon. Only main reason why, my neighbor had the septic truck outside their goddamn place. So it's like, I didn't want to have that loud-ass engine blaring into the microphone. Of course, I always have my fan in the background, so that doesn't help much either. But it's like getting up to like 98 today. And it's like, no thank you. I hate the goddamn heat. So, that sounds kind of a little loud. Alright, let me make sure. Trailer reaction day. Street food USA. For me, only my family members and maybe some close friends know how long I've been in the food industry for. You know, restaurants, you know, grocery stores, crap like that. I've been doing it for the last 17 years now. You know, so it takes like a lot of patience, especially if you work in the restaurant. You know, you need some very thick skin, and you will deal with all sorts of people. You know, doing situations like this where you're like a vendor on the street, never done it. You know, I mostly just work in the restaurants and, you know, some grocery stores and stuff like that. But when it comes to street food vendors like that, you really do take a chance, because you never know if you're going to get something really good or you're going to get something really bad. Usually if it has a swarm of people, you know the food is usually going to tend to be really good, and it really depends, you know, which city you go to and which type of food they're actually doing that. Around here, it's almost a rarity if you ever see anything like that. I mean, you have to go to like some of the major cities to see anything like this. But let's check it out.
The best food is on the street. Incredibly rich, diverse, bursting with flavor. That's where the good stuff is.
You can eat, fall asleep, wake up and eat again.
Hold up, no, hold up.
You can eat.
Look at that barbecue. God, that is one thing I wish we still had up here was barbecue. But sadly, our barbecue restaurant went out like 10 years ago. So it's like, you want like good barbecue, you have to go into the major cities to get it, you know, which sucks. Or of course you can make it at home too, but it's like I only have like a small little barbecues, but like ribs and stuff like that, shit is expensive. You know, you're paying almost what, maybe $30-$40 for a rack of ribs, you know, let alone steak or any hamburgers and stuff like that. So like getting actual like 4-6 hour long, you know, cooking barbecue, you know, ain't happening up here. I take that back. I did have some barbecue on 4th of July, but that was about it. You know, it's like I miss barbecue.
Sleep,
so
wake up and eat again.
I want to taste everything.
Right there with you.
It's culture, it's passion, it's love, it's family, it's friends.
Oh, pretty delicious. Best carnitas ever.
Right there. Sorry for multiple pauses. Right there, he said it's culture. You know, a lot of people, even still today, don't experience different culture foods just because of the way that they look or the way that they sound, or from the places that they're actually from, because they've heard nothing but bad things about this country. Oh, they got horrible food, or, you know, they take, you know, almost zero pride in, you know, the ingredients they use. But especially in the United States. But when you get certain people from different parts around the world and you stick them in one room, you know, you make them build their special foods that is from their culture, you'd be surprised how well those group of people would actually get along with each other, how they would actually appreciate each person's type of food, what they bring to the table, what ingredients they may actually use that may be different. Some ingredients you might find out they might be the same ingredients, just maybe a different color, or, you know, type of different spice or sweetness and stuff like that. You know, there's a lot of culture issues in this goddamn world that people need to start working on, and food is one of them. It's the one things that bring people to the table. Different cultures, different foods. You'd be surprised at something you may not like, and they add an extra like different spice, or they make it a different way, and the next thing you know, you're getting full off of it. You know, so that right there, different cultures, stuff like that, I do like. This is right now, I can tell you right now, we're only 25 seconds in this video, is a show I definitely consider watching, because I love that. You know, when people come from different countries and different parts around the world come together and, you know, share their experiences with food. You know, it is something very nice that almost never happens. You know, because people are too racist or too ignorant or too stubborn. You know, so Start
I don't
rambling
just
on.
cook. I love to cook. Yeah, I put that love in mine.
The slice is the ultimate street food. It's the only food I know I can fold up and put in my pocket if I want to go back to it later.
This is what America is, and out of that movement of people, you get deliciousness, you get amazing food, and it might teach you something.
Exactly.
Harlem was like a ghost town. COVID. That was just
COVID affected
the wrecking
a lot of
ball
restaurants.
that knocked me down.
I lost myself. I lost my children. I basically lost my life. Whenever I started feeling bad, I would just go in the kitchen and cook. It was just therapy.
Being able to become self-sufficient and get off Section 8 housing is because I believe in myself. I don't care if don't nobody believe in me, I believe in me.
That's what it's all about.
You don't have to be rich to eat well.
Exactly.
Good food should belong to everybody.
Exactly. Some lessons right there a lot of people can learn. You know, food is a great way of therapy, of releasing all sorts of emotions. You know, you may be depressed, you may be sad, you may be really happy, you may be really angry. Put that in your food. You know, not everyone's going to like the food that you may make. You may only have that small group of people, some family and some friends who actually enjoy that food. You know, you may have some people who are like, oh, I don't know about that, it doesn't look good. But they slowly start smelling those spices and the way that food is being made, and it kind of lures them in, and they go like, oh yeah, you know, this food is actually pretty good. Never thought of actually having it in my life. You know, as the lady said, you know, you don't need to be rich to experience I apologize. You don't need to be rich to experience food. You have all these people who think you got to add like gold flakes and all this other crap, you know, high ass caviar to make this food really good, and you're paying like $200-$300 for a goddamn burger. What for? You know, who the hell's gonna pay that much for a goddamn sandwich? I sure as shit ain't doing it, and I apologize for any cursing. You know, food is one of those passions that I really do love, but it's one of the things I'd have to get back into actually doing, because being in the restaurant industry for so long, you know, you do experience different things, and working with shitty owners is one of the things that kind of sap me from actually making good food and having that love and passion to make good food. You know, don't get me wrong, I love the place where I work, but previous people that I worked for, not gonna get into it. But yeah, food should be for everyone, all different types of food. You know, it shouldn't just be for like the super rich or, you know, anything like that. I know it might be just a bunch of rambling, it's just food, you know, but until you've actually experienced that, you got into the kitchen, you know, you put your pride, your joy, your, you know, everything into it, you truly don't know what compassion is for making food is. You know, very select few people, you know, who've never even been to culinary school, you know, who've learned in the home kitchens from their mothers and their grandmothers, you know, passed down from generations of all the experiences. Hey, this is, you know, what you add, this is what you don't add. You know, we need more of that in life, you know. And RIP to anyone who's ever lost their business in COVID, because I know that's exactly what hit a lot of restaurants. You know, you'd be driving down the street, some of your favorite restaurants you would see closed for a certain period of time, or permanently closed, because COVID affected them so bad. You know, and yeah, that took a toll on a lot of people, and people started using food as therapy. You know, if that's the way that gets you through your life, you know, to get over it and, you know, to stand back up and say, hey, you know, this may have affected my life, you know, it may have closed my restaurant down, but, you know, I'm going to, you know, stand back up, I'm going to not let it bother me, and I'm going to continue to make good food. You know, that's what it's about. But, you know, that's just me. But, I mean, if you kind of feel the same way like I do, you know, leave your experiences down in the comments below. I'll definitely make sure I check them out. You know, you make sure you drop a like, think about subscribing, and let me know. You guys consider watching this? Do you like food documentaries, or is it not your thing? You know, but hope you guys have been staying safe, healthy, and sanitized, and we'll see you guys around.